another week. This is insane. I don't believe how fast this is going. I swear to God, I just fucking did this. No new sponsors, but the same sponsors. And if you guys want to sponsor us, please just email, get a hold of me on Instagram. I'm either Joy Eileen, or you have Happy Endings Massage Cast, Twitter. Joy's Happy Endings at gmail.com is our email. We also have a website. So if you guys would like to sponsor, I'm really looking for lotion sponsors right now. That would be super cool. Also, any like CBD type oil or anything like that, I think that would be awesome as well. We still have our sponsors, though. We have blueapron.com, and Blue Apron is super awesome. And with the holidays coming, I don't know if you guys are as stressed the fuck out as I am, but I am like, there is only 10 days until Christmas. I've wrapped 13 presents. By the way, my very first job as, I think I was a teenager, well, obviously I was a teenager, but was gift wrapping at this really expensive place. It was like a bull in a china shop. They should not have hired me. And there was so much fucking china. And I wrapped all this stuff, but because of that, I learned how to wrap really, really well. I know how to do my corners and shit. So when I wrap, my stuff is very professional looking. And so I take pride in my wrapping, but I don't have fucking time for that shit. But blueapron.com will actually go grocery shopping for me. They will send me all the food that I need with a recipe. I don't even have to think about what I'm going to cook. They tell me what to cook. That Blue Apron is like dominatrix in a box for food. It's amazing. And if you go to blueapron.com/happyendings, which is BLUEAPRON.com/HAPPYENDINGS, you get 30% off your first box. How freaking awesome is that? Now, after being dominated by Blue Apron, you can go and have a smoke. Have a big cigar, Famous Smoke Shop. They, see, I've never smoked cigars because anything that big and phallus filling in my mouth, I'm going to end up sucking on it instead of smoking it, because that's just what I do when something like that enters my mouth. And then I would feel disappointed because I couldn't make it come. But I don't know, maybe if you guys want to teach me how to smoke a cigar and not try and suck it, let's do that. The Famous Smoke Shop gave us 2 promo codes, HOT20, which is HOT20, get $20 off a purchase of $145 or more, or HOT10, HOT10, you get $10 off a purchase of $85 or more. And then we have Handy App. Handy App is one shop. Fuck, did that thing end? Handy App is my one-stop shop for, sorry, my computer fucking went weird on me. Handy App, you can go and you can get somebody to clean your pool. You can get somebody to build the toys that you can't build for your fucking kids on Christmas. They can do everything for you. It's a super cool app. And if you go to Handy App and you use our promo code APPSAVE30, which is APPSAVE30, you get 30% off your first booking. How fucking awesome is that? And Shoe Dazzle, because we all know I'm a shoe whore. I will walk around without clothes on, but god damn it, I will not be, well, no, that's a lie. I massage barefoot. But other than that, I do like shoes. I'm a total shoe whore. Shoe Dazzle, if you use the promo code Happy Shoes, which is HAPPYSHOES, you get $10 off your first box. They fucking mail shoes to you. So you could be dominated by Blue Apron. Then you could go and get a smoke. You could have somebody do your shit for you with awesome shoes delivered to you. Yeah, just make sure you don't get your Blue Apron and your shoes mixed up, because that would be fucking sucky. And then the last but not least is Dollar Days. Dollar Days is a super awesome website where you can buy awesome stuff in bulk. And you get lost in it because the amount of stuff they have in bulk is just, it's mind-boggling. And if you use Happy Endings 20, which is HAPPYENDINGS20, you get $20 off a purchase of $200 or more. Or Happy Endings Ship, which is HAPPYENDINGSSHIP, you get flat rate shipping for $9.95. Now, this episode is Cynthia Levin, and it was a very awesome episode. I fucked up her name like 4 times, and I might have just done it again. But we go into her going on the road, and when she started out as a comic, we talk about Mitzi, who we all know is my favorite person. And it was just very cool. And then at the end, we went very spiritual, healing-wise, not so much religious-wise. She is a Jewish woman, so she did have that part in her, but which is, I'm not saying anything bad about that. That sounded fucked up. But what I'm saying is beyond the religion, it was talking about more spirituality and how you find yourself. And that was very cool for me. It was at the very end of the interview, and I kind of wanted to keep going, but I had to go because I had a spot to do a set. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Okay. All right, and everything's adjustable, so let's get you all adjusted first. Okay. And if the face rest is too high, too low, tell me. And we can always adjust it during, too, if it starts getting, like, too much.
Cool.
All right. Okay. And, I guess I always forget to introduce, and it's like 5 minutes in, and I'm like, oh, by the way, guess who's on the table?
Are we recording already?
We are recording.
Okay.
Get undressed, get under the sheets. Ooh, you're in for a treat. No, I promise this is not a dream. It's just a happy ending with Joy Eileen.
So I have Cynthia Levin on the table.
Levin.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Okay.
But you have to remind me of your name, too, because
I'm Joy.
Idiot, Joy. Oh, I did think it was Joy, but I thought it couldn't possibly be Joy. It's too easy to remember. Okay.
Okay, so it's Levin?
Levin.
Okay.
Like love and...
Nice, okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Less love.
Less love.
It's like Levin with that little bit less love. There you go.
There it is. Lotion. Look at me being all professional. I messed up Annie Letterman's name, too.
Oh.
And I felt so bad.
What'd you call her?
Lederman.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, because I've heard her, like, on the store before.
Yeah.
And, I swear they announced her Annie Lederman. So I was like, on the table I have Annie Lederman. And she's like, it's Letterman. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to edit that part out.
It's all right.
So have you ever had a massage before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had one in a while, though.
Okay.
So.
And how are you with pressure?
I'm okay.
Okay, and you...
I like you to punch it. No, I'm just kidding.
That's sexy. That's so sexy.
Just punch my back. That should do me.
Just jackhammering.
Beat the shit out of it.
That's my kind of talk. I hate it when they're like, can you be lighter? All right.
Oh, jeez. Well, because they're probably all bones.
Yeah, unless you want me to be lighter.
I'm a beast. No.
You are not a beast.
Well, anyway. I'm not going to disagree.
Don't disagree. Just take it.
All right.
All right. So you've had massages before?
Yes.
Have you ever, I like to start off with, like, have you broke anything ever? Have you been, like, crazy hospital trips ever? Like, anything?
The only thing that's, a couple things, but nothing much. So most recently, but that's also 10 years ago, I had a pinched nerve in my neck.
Okay.
That was that. And it's been fine. And since the operation.
And you had an operation?
Yeah, I had to have an operation.
And that was 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Okay.
2008. And that was a really amazing experience. Not really.
Right.
The drugs were good, but that was pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. And then I sprained my ribs a couple times. No big deal.
Okay.
Way back when, in my early 20s, when I was jumping, I jumped on my boyfriend's back.
Okay.
I think that's what happened. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't mean anything, does it? Moving on.
Were you fighting him?
No.
Oh.
No.
That would have been a better story.
No, I like horsing around, as they say. Yeah, I like to get physical. Not in an aggressive way, just like play fight.
Right,
yeah.
Right. I have 3 boys at home, so I
yeah.
get it.
How old are they?
They are almost 8, 12, and 18.
Wow.
And the 18-year-old may or may not live to see 19. We will see.
Really?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, just boys, and he has a girlfriend who runs his life, and they're so... God,
you mean you're going to beat the shit out of him? Is that why? Or I see.
He's just so dumb. I know I was dumb when I was his age. I dropped out of college and moved to Texas for a guy I met online.
Where'd you grow up?
Madera.
Where's that?
Fresno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I dropped out of Fresno State and moved to Texas for a guy I met online.
Uh-huh.
And so I get it. You make stupid mistakes, but I just want to strangle him and be like, stop.
Yeah.
We did that already.
Yeah, it's hard to control
Yes.
a person. Yeah, it's wild.
And you just watch, and you're like, I know exactly what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't listen.
Yeah.
But my 7-year-old loves me, so that's fun. Like, you're not allowed to grow up.
That's funny.
And you're going to be gay, and you don't know yet. Because I'm going to be the mother-in-law in every relationship, and that sucks.
Yeah. Well, if you're lucky, I guess. I mean, I'm 100, and I still have nobody's my mother-in-law, so you know what I mean.
Well,
Nobody, yeah.
Do you want a mother-in-law?
Sure. Of course.
See, that's so you would want to get married?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not 100%. It's always the idea seems good. Having a companion sounds like a great idea. A party sounds great. Looking pretty sounds great. Going on a honeymoon sounds great. Having a commitment sounds great. So a ring, oh my God, a ring. So I mean, so like all those things are like all positivo. But then I think, and hopefully you would pick somebody if it's a possibility, if it's possible, that is going to be like committed.
Right.
So that's what you hopefully pick somebody good. So I think that I have been obviously picky because so many people have asked me. No, I'm just kidding. Just one. I was engaged to Freddie Soto. We exchanged 99-cent rings. He was a comic.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was pretty much the extent of my marriage situation.
Now, was it Freddie Soto that was best friends with Eleanor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. Like, you know what? I didn't get any of that. We went to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
My dress was on clearance. It was a red prom dress, and prom season was over.
Why?
Just because I don't like that attention. I don't.
A red? Why red?
I don't.
Is it your favorite color? Okay,
I do
fair
like
enough.
red.
Okay.
And
did he know that was going to be the case? Did he, or was he surprised? Was he like, I thought, what the?
Well, he was like, let's go get married. And I'm like, I got to buy a dress. And he's like, wait, what, you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go buy a dress.
How old were you?
when did we get married? I was 24, 25. I was 25 when we got married.
Are you still married?
Yeah.
Oh my God, well done.
And
you got married in a red dress and it's still legit.
Yeah.
No way, well done.
But we also had a 1-year-old.
Uh-huh.
And we also had his son, my oldest son. So Tyler would have been 4, almost 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we had been fighting for custody for him
Uh-huh.
from his crazy ex-wife.
Uh-huh. There's always a crazy ex-wife.
Lord. I was like, out of all the ex-wives you could have given me, you had to give me that one.
So he's not crazy, your husband? It was
No.
only the wife's fault?
Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing.
And then, I came in the picture, and he was having a hard time because she was absolutely, or probably still is, I don't know, we haven't seen her in quite some time. And I came in the picture, and I'm like, okay, we're done. We're not fighting anymore. I'm going to fix this. We're going to get your kid. He wasn't even divorced yet. I'm like, we're going to get you divorced. We're done.
Yeah.
And I, took command. And for a while, our whole life was just getting his son. And then when we finally got all that done, the divorce done, we finally got the custody done, that's when I was like, hey, I want to do comedy now. Now I want to do me.
Amazing. I love it.
Oh.
And how long you been doing stand-up?
Stand-up on and off for 3-4 years.
Okay.
But nothing, I know everybody's like, you got to get up every night. And I'm like, I live in Santa Clarita, driving here, it's 30 minutes.
Well, you can only do what you can do at the moment. So,
right.
You find other ways of expression, right?
I do. And
yeah.
I try and make all my patients laugh. I'm the least professional massage. As besides giving happy endings, I'm pretty non-professional. Yeah.
You mean, is that professional, giving happy endings? Or?
I don't think so. I don't see how they could do it.
Yeah. Nobody's ever asked me if I wanted one. I'm kind of offended.
Yeah, I've been asked to give them.
Of course you have.
I'm like, yeah, workers' comp doesn't cover tennis elbow, and these are my moneymakers, so sorry. And
Gross.
Yeah.
And gross. No gracias.
Why? I can't imagine, like, what a really pretty massage therapist has to go through.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm just like a fluffy old mom. Like, like, you don't want one from me. And then my husband's like, I would never ask you for a happy ending. I'm like, well, screw you. Like, some people want it. And he's like, no, I just know how strong you are. And I'm like, oh, point taken.
There you go. There you go.
Look at you using your man brain.
Yeah. So you guys are still together. That's really great.
Still together. He's at home with the kids.
What does he do?
He works for the Navy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's civilian.
Uh-huh.
But he works for a Navy ship in Port Hueneme. And sometimes they go out to sea to test, like, weapons and stuff.
Oh, wow.
I'm single mom for, like, 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And then, like, I feel bad. I don't want to say, like, I feel like a military wife because they obviously have it way more than I do. But there are times when I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to be husbandless. All right, we got to do this now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, and see, and as for, like, the ring, my ring is super small because I can't wear jewelry because of the massage. So I have this teeny tiny wedding ring around my neck.
Oh, it's around your neck.
Yeah. And then the wedding ring and my grandma's ring around my neck too. And we didn't do a honeymoon either.
So all the shit that is worthwhile about getting married, you haven't even done.
Yeah.
So why bother?
Exactly. Well, I got health insurance.
You get kids and you get exactly. Yeah.
It's just funny when people are like, I want to get married. I don't know. Like, why? I mean, besides health insurance and taxes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm committed and I don't want to go anywhere. And I would kill him if he decided to go anywhere.
Right.
So, but I'm just like, I don't know. And the fact that, like, I like the fact that I have the same last name as my kids.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I was just talking because my oldest wants to marry his high school sweetheart. And I'm like, why? Why? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't even, decide on a pair of gym shoes.
Right?
I always end up bringing them back. So I can't imagine making that decision. It's going to be a while. I think I'm a Libra, though. I think they say that we really have difficulty making decisions, and I really do. It's ridiculous.
But you made a decision to do comedy.
Yeah, but that actually chose me. I didn't even have a choice.
Oh, I love that.
I was dating this guy, and this is when I was like 23, and he was really rich, right? And he was like, "Hey, you should take this class. I'll pay the down payment on it. You'll pay the rest of it." And I was like, "Okay." And I thought it was an acting class because I'm an idiot because I don't ask questions. And so then I went to this class, and it turned out it was a stand-up class. And we just like went up on stage, and Judy Carter. She just started asking questions, and I was just answering her. And like it was like when I was up there, I was like, oh my God, I just found my soul. I mean, for real. And it kind of saved my life. Stand-up saved my freaking life. So, because otherwise I'd probably be fucking crying day and night instead of just all day.
Right.
Yeah. At least I had somewhere to go. I'd go like, oh my God, what time is it? Oh, I gotta wear some. Okay, I'll wear that, and then I would just go.
So you at least have some hydration left in you.
Oh yeah, loads. But yeah, so that's and so that was in 1989.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, 1989 September, and I just kept doing it, and I was addicted for sure. It was an addiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you travel?
I go through phases of traveling more and then not traveling, and that kind of thing. It was really more. I mean, I've traveled because I've lived in London, and I traveled a bit there. And then when I was living in New York, that's when I did the road the most, which was just all over the East Coast, and just would go out of town on the weekends.
Okay.
And so during the week I'd stay in town, and on the weekends I'd go out and do the clubs or around all over the place, and one-nighters as well, too. So, yeah, and that was super interesting because you're meeting people who, I mean, I actually performed for people who never met a Jew before, never seen a Jew before. I mean, they'd seen them, but they'd never met one. Yeah. So they didn't really like me that much when I first got on stage. First of all, I'm a female. A female going on stage, being a Jew, and that they were really thinking that we did have horns. I'm serious. They were things that they thought that we looked weird, and so they were staring at me and freaking out. And then I always like to stick around after a weird show. And like my favorite story is like at the end of the show was in Pennsylvania. It actually took place in a barn. The show was in this giant barn. Like it was super cool. And that was the club. And what am I saying? Oh, and so then first of all, when they introduced me, they said a name, and they could tell it was a woman, obviously, and none of them clapped for me to go up on stage.
Of course.
Is that amazing? That's amazing. Not one person clapped for me.
Oh my gosh.
And then I get up on stage and they were staring at me and they were like, and they were all like real, like people with missing teeth.
And backwoods.
Yeah. And most of them were in suspenders and overalls and, for real. And most of them were obese. Like 96% of them. And then there was this one guy there that was hitting on me at the bar. I guess he was like the only slender guy in town. And he told me,
he's a runt.
Yeah. And he told me he's like tall and thin and like not ugly. Like that was as far as, I'd say. But he was flirting with me and he's like, before the show, he's like, hey, he's like, while the opener was on stage, he's like, this guy who got a huge applause when he nobody knew the fuck he was. Huge applause for that prick. But anyway, so the guy's like, he's like leaning over by me at the bar, and he's like, man, he goes, I hope you don't talk about drugs. Do you talk about drugs? And I go, no. He goes, good, because the last girl that was here, she talked about drugs. They threw shit at her.
No.
And I go, really? He goes, oh yeah, they threw shit at her the whole set. And I said, okay. And then I go, well, I don't talk about drugs, but of course I didn't realize that. I talk about sex, and then I'm a fucking Jew, and I talk about that shit. So I go up on stage, and no applause, and I started laughing just for that.
Right.
And then I'm looking at them, and then I started laughing more because I got to see them all staring at me with buck teeth and missing teeth, and
right.
They were each a double wide trailer unto themselves. It was fucking amazing. And it made me happy though, you know what I mean? So I was like, this is brilliant. And then, I wasn't smart enough at the time to adjust my set because I had a set that I did. I had like a few of them, but it's city sets and you've got road material,
Right.
So I was doing the stuff that works, on the road basically, and, mixture. So I started doing it and they were staring at me and then started shaking their heads. They all just started shaking their heads, crossing their arms. They wouldn't give me nothing. I mean, it was amazing. So I do my whole set, and I was laughing and blah, 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 doing it just like, because I got to see them. I did the whole thing, I really don't think I got any titters, but I was okay with it for some reason because of the experience. It was so extreme.
Right.
So I didn't feel like it was me. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because they didn't applaud for me. Even, they didn't know who the fuck I was, and they weren't going to applaud.
They weren't going to give anything, no.
So I get off, and I just, I was with my friend. I was like, man, I could totally walk out of here and just get, it was snowing out. There was fucking huge snowbanks everywhere, ice. I was like, we can leave and go to the motel, or I can stick around and find out what the fuck is going on in this place, right? So afterwards, I decided to stick around, and I'm really glad I did, because I'd like to change my experience, you know? And so this guy, everybody's walking out of the show, and I was just sitting at the bar next to the only skinny guy in town. He was still hitting on me and wanted me to go to a bar with him afterwards, which of course we did. And we went to so before we go out with this guy, this man walks up to me. He was actually probably the only other thin man in town. He was about 6'5", long black beard, black hair, suspenders.
He was a wizard.
He was interesting looking, really tall. He looked like Abraham Lincoln, basically.
Okay.
And he goes, excuse me. I go, yeah. He goes, and he wouldn't get really close to me. He stayed about 7 feet away from me, or maybe 10 even. And he goes, excuse me, but are you really a Jewish? And I go, yeah, I'm really a Jewish, And he goes, he was really quiet for a bit. He goes, well, there's a fellow I knew back in the Army. He used to shine my shoes. He did a real fine job. He was a Jewish. And I was like, wow, that's great.
Right?
So basically I was the second Jew he'd ever met. And the whole thing was that they really were afraid of me.
Oh my God.
Not just that, first of all, that I was female, they didn't want me performing there. But then I'm a Jewish. They're like, no, we don't know what the fuck is in front of us. Anyway, so me and my friend went out with the other skinny guy in town, and we took us to a bar that was in a double wide trailer.
Oh my God! So you've been to a barn?
Yeah,
and now
and then we went to a bar in a double wide trailer with a cover band in it, and they played like all the best, like they were amazing. Oh, well, first I got my car stuck in the ice and the snow in the ravine, and we had to push it out.
I love this story.
Yeah, and then we got to go to the bar in the double wide. And man, that was a fucking blast. Like a fucking massive blast. So like that kind of stuff, if you can just relax enough to not, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You can have some interesting experiences. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I actually did some other gig in like, it was in Albany actually, and the rodeo was in town.
Oh my God.
And so I ended up messing around with a bull, he rides the bulls? What are they called? The rodeo. The rodeo, yeah.
Yeah.
He rode the bulls, and he also was but then he was in town doing the hosting that weekend. So he hosted the bull rides. I don't even know what the fuck they're called. But anyway.
Yeah.
So he took me to them the next morning. He took me to the place, the big, massive arena where they had the bull rides happening that he was going to be announcing that night. And I saw bulls like right next to my face.
Oh my
and
God.
all there was like they were coming out of this giant truck. And there was just these, there's a string, like as a fence, just a string. And so these bulls did not cross the string because they don't know the difference between something that they can cross and something they can't. They just think, oh yeah, I'm not touching that.
Uh-huh.
Forget about it now. There's that string there.
Until Larry trips over it and they're like, whoa! Whoa, did you just see what he did?
Yeah, so they were inside these ropes, like idiots waiting to get in a bar. You know what I mean? So they were inside the ropes, and they just stampeded past my face.
Oh my God!
And I was like, and they were so loud, and I was like, so big, and I'm like, oh, they were right next to my face, yet they wouldn't bother,
Right?
They wouldn't hurt you. They don't know that they can't. It's so interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was interesting. So, I got to be a cowgirl for a day.
Yeah.
The Jew girl gets to be a cowgirl. It's a real dream come true. So, stuff like that is fun.
Yes, I haven't been on the road yet, but oh my God, I want to go and play so bad.
Where would you want to go?
Honestly, anywhere they give me that damn magic talking stick. Just give it to me. Let me try and make you laugh.
What do you like talking about?
I like talking about like real life.
Yes.
Like I talk about my kids a lot.
Yeah.
I'm doing a bit right now where my sister-in-law, she had a miscarriage of twins.
Oh.
So I talk about that.
A bit about that.
Yeah. Like, I basically, they say that miscarried babies are called angel babies, and I call them quitters. So I just go on and on about, like, how, you did everything right. They're the ones that dropped the ball, and I just basically turn it around. And there is a comic who actually, about a month ago, had a miscarriage.
Oh.
And she somehow ended up on my chair.
Wow.
Because I'm massaging the green rooms at some of the shows.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. And I was massaging, and I was like, okay.
Where were you?
I was at the goddamn Comedy Jam at the Roxy.
Okay, I don't know what that is, yeah.
It's one of Josh Adam Meyer's shows.
Okay.
And she wasn't even performing. It was her husband performing.
Uh-huh.
But she was a comic as well. And I'm like, what is going on with your back? What is going on? And she's like, honestly, I just had a miscarriage. And I was like, oh, well, my sister-in-law. And she goes, yeah, but what are you going to do? And I go, oh, write a bit about it and talk about it on stage. And she's like, do you have a miscarriage bit? And I'm all, no. And in my head, I'm like, shut up. Why do you let yourself talk sometimes?
No, but why didn't you tell her?
I
because
did.
It's funny. Okay.
I ended up telling her, and she ended up hugging me.
Yes.
And she was like, you need to tell this on stage because it heals.
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
So I like those experiences. Like, I like being able to take something awful and be like, hey, but we can still laugh about it, and we're still gonna keep going, right?
Yes, and you turn the tables on those babies.
Right. And I mean, and then some people are like, I can't believe you're making fun of your brother's babies. And I'm like, yeah, I was devastated too.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm done having kids. I was already planning on, like, going out, and we were going to go to Disneyland. I was like, I had plans for those kids.
Of course.
And then they decided, no. So, screw them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, anywhere. Like, I'm so new to comedy, though. I feel that I just want to play. I love everyone. Like, everyone I've met, I mean, besides a few comics, they've all been supportive and nice.
Good. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. But the older you are when you start, and the more life experience you've had, the quicker your career, you'll move up pretty quick. You know what I mean? Because you know who you are.
Right.
When you're young and you start and you don't know who you are, it takes a little bit longer.
Right.
Because you got to find it. You got to find who you are and on stage.
Yes, I kind of like model myself after Eleanor because I did the same thing. We go to comedy shows all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've always, anytime there was a chance to hold a microphone, like I did the graduation speech in high school.
Yeah.
Or anytime we were at a funeral and they're like, would anybody like to say anything? I'm like, I would. That sounds like something I would do. So, and we just...
I'm not an idiot.
Right?
I'm getting up there.
I'm going to make you guys
I'll
laugh.
say something there.
I'm going to make you laugh in front of this dead body.
Awesome. You've got like a very dark sense of humor that's kind of killer.
Yes. And I mean, with 3 boys, like, you kind of have to, because my house is just a disarray.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious. I walked into your house and was all, it's so pretty. Like, it's so girly. And, I would have Hot Wheels and dirt and boogers on the wall.
Yeah. I wouldn't like that.
No. Well, I saw...
Every time I go to my friends' houses over the years, like, a lot of my friends are, like, fucking slobs. And, I mean, really, And so I would go to their houses and just clean up. I would clean. I would seriously clean. That would take me hours to clean. Because I just had I was like, oh, this is good. Well, this is not good at all. Let me do shit that you're not, because you're so busy as a parent. Most of them are parents, or my friends are just fucked up. A lot of friends are just fucked up. But, but they just, because if you're, whatever. So then that would be like, I was like, at least your outsides will be clean.
Right.
Your insides are all fucked up. So, anyway, just kidding. So, what were you saying, though?
No, I just leave. I walk in and I see that they somehow decided to cook something and they made a mess, and I'm like, bye.
Oh, yeah.
Dad's coming home.
Yeah.
Love you. Like, our house, and they're just so dirty. Boys are just dirty little.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I was talking to Natasha Leggero.
Yeah.
And I was like, your daughter is beautiful. She's all, thank you. And I go, I have boys. Like, my husband's penis only shot girls, or only shot boys. And she's like, oh my God, I bet boys are dirty. I'm all, it's so nasty. Oh, it's so nasty.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You're like, you have no control. What are you going to do? You just have to, like, roll with it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm also the crazy mom that's like, oh my God, da, da, da. And
yeah.
My husband's like, why? Why are we doing this? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, ugh.
Yeah.
I just stepped on something sticky. Like, why? I work at the comedy store. I step in enough sticky things there.
Right.
I need to bring it home. So where's your favorite place to do comedy?
I really love working at the store, actually. I really love doing the OR. It's fun.
Uh-huh.
It's fun. I love the belly room, too. And the main room I like, but I feel like I need to dim those lights. They're just so bright. I feel like I'm fucking performing at a kid's party.
Right.
The whole fucking place is lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree. Seriously, it's like a circus in there. And I love the room. It's such a big stage, but it needs to be, the energy needs to be, like Brian Holtzman dims the lights for himself, and like, I get it. So if they give me a spot there again, I'm going to ask him if I can do that. Not that pitch black, but at least dim them, because there's no focus. You need, as a comic, as you know, you need like some kind of like the light.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting is important, and it needs to be kind of zeroed in.
Yes.
And if it's general lighting, you're like, it's really hard to get into a zone.
Yes.
Like a real zone. And so anyway, that's, I also do this character, Linda Levin. She can deal with that shit. She can handle it. But she doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I love her.
Yeah. But because she's done the main room, and she had no problem. And I mean, I like it, but I really do. I think it'd be better if it was lights been a little bit darker in there. Right.
I know, like, Argus, he turns
it all down, yeah.
And when I'm delivering chicken tenders, I'm like, shit. Like, it goes to the point where I just set them on a table and be like, I hope these are yours. Goodbye.
Oh, that's so funny. That's really funny. Yeah, I'm friends with, like, all the waitresses. Like Lee and Drina and Jen. Mm-hmm. I used to live with them.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. So we're like, when I moved back from New York in 2005, because I was there from 2000 to 2005, and I moved back and I moved in with them, and they're like my buddies because I knew them obviously before I left. We were really close.
No, they don't do comedy, do they?
No, they were just waitresses in La Jolla.
Okay.
So that's how I met them. And La Jolla was always my favorite place to go.
I've never been to La Jolla.
Oh yeah, it's just I just liked it because it was not LA, and it was it just seemed like nothing was at stake. I'm not talking about the comedy club, but I'm talking about just like it's like a place to relax, going out to like Pacific Beach and hanging out with those guys,
right?
Just fucking off. Oh my God, it was so great.
Now, were you ever around when Mitzi was around?
Oh yeah. I became a regular in '94.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So but I started performing at the store in '89.
Okay.
In the belly room. So, yeah, absolutely.
Because Mitzi is kind of my hero.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I have a dog named Mitzi.
Oh, you named it after her?
I did. I also have a dog named Farley. So,
Chris Farley.
Yeah.
How funny.
Not that I'm like into comedy or anything.
No. That's hilarious.
I was telling Eleanor, I was like, yeah, I have a dog named Mitzi. And she's like, what color is she? I'm like, black. And she's like, you're not nice. I'm like, I know. I didn't mean to.
That's funny.
But that's awesome. Yeah.
I love Mitzi. She was like a mom to me. For sure.
Is she the one who passed you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you have a good story? Because I love Sean Polofsky's story.
What was Sean?
Sean's she was in La Jolla.
Yeah.
And Mitzi was there. And you know how, like, when comedians would showcase, they'd all kind of, like, bombard Mitzi to try and sabotage you? Well,
Yeah, while she was up, while you were performing, yeah,
Right.
they go and sit next to her and fucking talk into her ear. That's what they were
Uh-huh.
doing all the time to people. Yeah.
so Sean, I guess because she was in La Jolla, nobody was able to
Yep.
do that.
Yeah.
And she had like a 15-minute set.
Yeah.
She came off stage, and Mitzi's like, because Sean did a Barbara Streisand impression.
I know that bitch. She made fun of Barbara. She doesn't know who the fuck she's dealing with. I always yell at her when she does that. Yeah, go ahead, Jen. I mean, she does look like her, but she's making fun of her. I'm like, you can't make fun of her. Just be her and be nice about it. God, it's so rude. Anyway, keep going.
And Mitzi goes, Barbara, call in your avail. You're funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like, and that's funny because when I walk into the store, I always like, hi, Mitzi. You probably wouldn't think I was funny, but damn it.
Yeah.
It's sad that like I'll never know.
Yeah.
You know, which was probably a good thing. And Adam, and every time Adam's around, I just do something extremely stupid. I don't know, like my awkward radar just goes off the chart. So he's never going to pass me, and I understand.
Why do you say that?
The first time I met him, he was standing next to me, and I was like, oh, you smell good. And he goes, thank you. And then he turned around and walked away. I had no idea who it was.
Oh,
And all the comments were like, Joy, that's Adam. You're not supposed to talk to him. I'm like, I did.
You're not supposed to talk to him?
Yeah.
Why aren't you supposed to talk to him?
I think because he just doesn't deal with people trying to get spots or anything.
Oh.
So I was like,
But don't you work there?
I deliver chicken tenders, so not really. Like,
Okay.
For 2 days a week.
Okay, gotcha. Uh-huh.
And then that one time I was walking by and I ran into his table with my thick thigh. And I was like, I'm sorry. He's like, it's fine. Well, should I call you my liege? What should I bow? Like, I don't know. What do we do right now? And he's like, you're fine. I'm like, okay.
Is that what you said to him?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And then the last time I was talking about Argus.
Yeah.
And because, he gets the 9:15 spot in the main room.
Right.
And I was like, he must just have an amazing, like, schlong.
Why?
Because he must have given it to Mitzi so well that he still has that 9:15 spot.
Listen, he was blonde hair and blue-eyed.
Right.
Okay, she's a Jew. That's it. And he had a
Okay.
southern accent. He was everything that Mitzi wasn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a fucking win-win. And he was willing. So, what the fuck? Plus, Mitzi was gorgeous, too.
Oh, she was.
But, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, we're always after the opposite. We're like, oh, if you like me, that means that, we've come full circle as a Jew. I don't know what that fuck I'm saying, but you know what I mean?
I got you.
If you get a non-Jew to like you, like that, like blatant obvious, it almost makes you not Jewish anymore. We're such a self-hating. But she actually liked being Jewish. And she embraced her religion, though.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I turned around and I had chicken tenders in my hand and I was walking to deliver them. And I go, and I turned my head like all the way around while I was still walking.
Yeah.
And I go, or he just told jokes to her pussy. Ha ha ha. And I turn around and Adam is like 2 steps from being collided into. And he just looks at me and I'm all, oh, all right. So, yeah, just everything I
Does he know you're a comic?
I think so.
Do you do potluck?
I've done potluck where he's been in the back.
Okay, well then he knows, yeah.
Yeah, and that I actually did the quitter baby joke, and he supposedly put down his pen. So I was like, oh, he was watching me talk about miscarriage. All right. Hi.
That's funny. Yeah.
But the story's my favorite.
I know, we give that place a lot of power, but it is a really cool place,
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Polly doesn't seem to embrace. Like, is Polly has to be Jewish too, though, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. No, but he doesn't, he's not self-hating, though. He doesn't,
No.
And I don't think he was raised that way. I think they were really raised to embrace their religion.
Right.
And confident, be proud of who they were. I think the whole family's like that.
Okay. I never thought about that.
Yeah, because it's when you're a ethnicity or religion that has had a lot of hatred coming towards it, and obviously, it's the way we protect ourselves is to make fun of ourselves first before you do, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that whole self-deprecating and self-hating Jew comes from. And so, would you rather be a victim or would you rather be with the bullies? Well, of course, you'd just rather be with one of the bullies. So
right,
I'll cut myself down and I'll,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So it makes, yeah. So anyway, blah blah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So my story was that I was up in the valley doing a show, and John Mulrooney, do you know who he is?
I do.
So he was is still one of my favorite comics, and I was friends with him, and he went down and brought Mitzi upstairs to watch me without telling me.
Oh.
And so I was, I had a good set. At the time, I think I was pretty much always having good sets because I was too dumb to know better. So then after I came off stage, I was walking towards the back of the room, and Mitzi's standing there, and she goes, hello. She goes, you know who I am? And I go, yeah. And they started laughing. She goes, I'm Mitzi Shore. And I go, I know. And she goes, congratulations. You're a paid regular. And she goes, you know what that means? And I go, yeah. And I start laughing. And she goes, call into Scott Day on Mondays. She goes, congratulations. It was great. So that was that. I was just like, and she was always really nice to me. Always.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. She believed in me, and I think she believed in me when I didn't believe in me. Nobody in my family believed in me. Basically the opposite. So it was, it meant a lot. It was huge. But I also didn't completely believe it. I didn't really believe that she liked me. I didn't really believe that I was good. Any of that. I just didn't have any confidence. So it took me about 30 years to get confident.
Okay, so there's light at the end of the
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, always, yeah. No, I mean, it took me a really long time to, I just realized that some guy came up to me the other day and said, hey, he's like, I forget, he's like, oh, did you go up tonight? I said, yeah, I was up in the main room or whatever. I go, it wasn't my favorite, but whatever. And he goes, oh man, he goes, you're great. And I go, are you kidding me? Oh, because I was trying to introduce, I go, what's your name? And he goes, Homer. And I go, I'm Cynthia. And he goes, I know who you are. I've been watching your career for years. I go, really? And he's like, yeah, of course. And it's funny because, I think that I've spent all these years thinking that nobody even saw me. Do you know what I mean? It's really interesting. But it's changing. It's shifted. But it's a funny way to live. But that's how I've been. You don't think, So, but, yeah. So I started talking to a friend of mine who reads people's Akashic records. Do you know what that is?
I do not.
Basically, it's like your Akashic records are your past, present, and your future. And what it is that your guides, like everybody has spirit guides, they're called masters, teachers, and loved ones. Loved ones are people who have passed on in your life. And masters are like Buddha and Jesus, Mother Teresa maybe, and teachers are just basically guides that were put there for you that know how to help you, they get you. And I never knew much about this. People talk, oh, I might talk to my psychic. I was always like, oh, okay, good for you. I didn't really get it. But basically what I've come to know is that we all really do have guides that are there just for us. They're just there just for us. And when you hear those voices, those, that we think is our gut, those are your guides. That's your, that's your instinct, but it's also your guides talking to you, telling you, and if we listen, and it sounds weird, I know, but my friend started to studied it, got a certificate, and I was the first person he started to do it with, and it kind of has changed my life because, you can ask them, it's like if you acknowledge them and ask them questions, they can help you. But they can't help you if you don't acknowledge their presence, and they don't intervene necessarily. I've had divine intervention, which was from them at 4 different times in my life, though. Like, at 4 years old, I was visited by, like, a spirit, like, telling me I was going to be okay because things were already not so good. And that I was going to make it, and that, and then I was visited again when I was living in New York and drinking my brains out in my early 20s. And I heard a voice say, move back to LA, like really loud, when I was on a plane to go back to LA. Just for I was only going back there to go then drive back to New York with a friend of mine. And it was like, when you hear the voice, you can't go, no, never mind, I'm not doing that. You can't, you just go, okay. And and then when I heard a voice, when I was in Chicago in 2010, after I went to Mexico with my family.
I'm going to flip you over.
Okay. My nose is so stuffed, I can't even hear me anymore.
Your lymphatic system is moving. It's great.
Oh.
And scoot down.
Okay.
Please.
Are you having fun?
I am. I'm so interested. I wait to hear what happened in Mexico City.
Well, it was a nightmare. So, I was with 23 family members. And,
you might want to scoot down.
I think I have to. Otherwise, my head's going to be on the floor. Yeah. So anyway, I came back. It was a nightmare trip. And, came back and I was like, it was New Year's and I was in the shower and I was like, God, it's really been great to see my family again and be in Chicago again. But I heard a voice say, move to London. And it was like, huh? And I could not do it. It was like my whole world opened up all of a sudden. And it's like I said, you can't go back from it. You just have to. I was just like, wow, okay, because once you've been shown something, you can't unsee it. Do you know what I mean? And once something's been opened up to you, you can't act like you didn't have to open it. It's like you're.
Yeah.
So then I did. I worked my ass off. I saved money and I moved to London, and it was fucking amazing. For 4 years I was there, and I didn't really think I was going to be there forever, but I was, I didn't make that decision one way or another. But I met the most amazing people in the world. They're most amazing people that are still very, very close with. Loads of them. And so I did stand up there and taught acting there and did acting there. It was kind of cool. So that's it. And then it was time to come back here and fucking dig in and, start stepping into the things that I had done, all the work I had done prior to going to, moving. So, but anyway, but the thing about the angels, or the guides, they're called, when it's almost like you ask them a question and they really have answers for you and it's like, and they do know what's going on with you. You know what I mean? It's really brilliant. And it has changed my life because I don't feel like you start to realize that you're not alone, and what your guides want is only what's best for you. They only want good.
Right.
Only. So there's no judgment. They're not like, oh, you should have, it's nothing. It's just all love, all support, all just for you. And it's really amazing. There's actually a woman named Esther Hicks. And she goes by the name Abraham Hicks because that's who, she calls when they speak through her. And you can listen to it on YouTube just to get an idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, it just kind of lets you know that you're, we're not just that you're not alone, but that they're here for your highest good. You know, you talk about higher self, spirit self, true self. They're like, that's, it's basically them. They connect you. I'm not really sure, like your spirit self, but they're, I feel like it's one and the same almost,
How long have you been seeing how long has your
guy,
friend been
he was just doing it on the phone, and because he lives in Florida right now, the poor bastard. But no, I'm kidding. But only for like literally 2 months.
Yeah,
maybe 3. And seriously, the shifts have been massive, like unbelievable. And everybody, and I teach acting as well, and I talk about it in class. And seriously, people have been shifting too, just even talking about it, and just, and we can all ask questions of our guys, just like ask, and just being quiet and listening, just hear what, they have to say to you. But it's like, it's been, it's, because I didn't really have much family, like love, whatever, support. Like my TV pilot that I wrote is called Unprepared for Life.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because I never got guidance growing up, and so this is the first time in my life I've ever had somebody say, "This is what you need to do. This is, we believe in you. Like,
this is the smart choice."
Yeah. Never anything. So it's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, because you feel like, well, at least I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just swimming, and if I hit something, I'm like, oh, what? No, I don't want
That's
that.
Right.
Ooh,
That's right.
That's
right. And so it's amazing, and it's very, to have guidance like that.
Right.
And it's not just me. Everybody, I've let him talk to friends of mine and a couple of students of mine, and they were like, she did Lee too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And she's like, he said everything I already knew, but like, it's true. But she's shifted already. I've already seen her shift, and, not once is probably not enough, but it's certainly amazing. Adam Barnhart did it. It's amazing. He's like, oh my God, I can't even tell you how different I feel. And like,
No, that's all. I mean, in a weird way, I kind of feel like, because I was like, how am I doing comedy right? Because I'm starting to go towards that more darker, like, light.
Yeah.
And when I did the miscarriage joke in front of somebody who just had it, and she was like, please keep doing that.
Yes, that's right.
It was, that to me was just like comfort. I'm like, okay.
Well, you know what I say? Like, you're a good person, right?
Yes.
And so if you're yeah,
right.
Okay. But if you're like, you're a good person, then you can trust whatever, that if you're coming from, that you trust that you're coming from a good place with whatever it is you decide to talk about. That nothing is off limits as long as you're coming from a good place.
Right.
So, and if you can talk about stuff like that and see the humor in it, where most people can't, it's a gift. It is. It's a gift.
Yeah, but I get, that's very interesting. In 2 months, how many times have you?
I've probably spoken to him, like, well, because he doesn't mind doing it for me. So it's like, I mean, I'm really grateful to him. It's really weird. But he's always been this person that's been in my life. Like when I was in London, he was like that person I talked to all the time, I probably see about 10 times now.
Okay.
It's been incredible.
And where do you teach acting?
I teach at Anthony Mondel Actors Workshop. It's like the #1 acting studio in LA, or at least it's won awards the last 6 years in a row for the best acting studio. And I taught for them in London, and that just sort of fell into it. I was living there. It's an American school in London, American acting school, and it was really small at the time in London. And this guy, a mutual friend, this girl I knew in Chicago, she connected us, and he was like the master teacher, what they call it, because he was teaching master class. And he's like, you should be working here. Like, we got together for some pizza, and he's like, you should be working here. I'm like, all right, let's do it, because I used to teach acting on my own for years. So it ended up, it's been amazing. And so I met the most brilliant people, just teaching them from all over the world.
I love that.
Yeah, and they're amazing. And we're all close, and thank God for the internet, because we talk, we connect, we send messages. I get to watch them work and videos, and we come here and visit, that kind of stuff. And I've been back a couple times already.
So yeah, it's kind of great.
I love that.
Yeah. And I teach here in LA, which is funny because it's so different from London. Because like in London, they're not about, their egos are not is on fire as they are here, because here you're in Hollywood, right? So the business is 24/7 and there's this urgency. I got to make it. And so like if they get a, if they're not in that place, they like any kind of criticism or, it's not even criticism. It's like, we're trying to get you to grow. I think there's a lot more resistance here. It's like, yeah, okay. I'm all right. I get it. You know what I mean? As opposed to, oh, I'm open. I'm really interested in growing and changing and learning without ego, because that's how we have to do it, to get the ego out of the way. So, I mean, it took me a minute, you know what I mean, to adjust, because it's such a different world, London. And there's more pressure here, so it's fair enough, that they feel like that. But, so now, though, it doesn't feel like that at all. I feel like I know who I found how to do this, you know what I mean, where I'm not forcing them into, I think it's intense for some people, but for the most part, it's been pretty amazing.
Yeah, so, I could imagine the acting part is intense.
Yeah. And, because I talk about ego a lot, because I also learned that in London, too. I worked with this girl who did this shadow work, which is like, it's a Carl Jung type of thing mixed with some other things. And it's all about getting in touch with your shadow selves and which are those parts of ourselves that we've shoved down. Like she was talking about, I shoved that part of me down before she left. Well, when something traumatic, like we're all born like perfect spirit beings with access to every trait and every emotion. That's how we're all born, basically perfect. And then when something traumatic happens to us, our ego jumps up to protect us and it says, oh, and whatever that trait that person carries, that was negative, right? We just make an unconscious decision. I'm never going to be like that. And then we go to the total opposite direction.
Yeah.
So we become like, if somebody's controlling, we end up being doormats, like people get walked on and say yes to everybody. And, so it always ends up being at the expense of self. So, and so as an actor and also as just a happy human being, you basically want to be able to get back in touch with that, right? So you have to acknowledge those parts of yourself that you shoved down and let yourself and get in touch with like your opinion of them, right? Like, who are people who are controlling? You ask that question. Well, they're manipulative, they're mean, they're selfish, they're whatever it is from your perspective. You get in touch with that. And then you say, what happens to people who are mean, controlling, manipulative, don't care about, whatever. Well, and, people don't like it. When you just sort of take it, and then what happens to them, and then what happens to them. And then basically it sort of ends with, they end up dying alone. But you get into a lot of feeling in the midst of all that. And when you do that, the only way we can change ourselves is in feeling, not in brain. It takes 7 years for us to change something in our brain. 7 years. But if we change in feeling, it just shifts right away. It takes 6 seconds.
Okay.
So as long as you get into feeling about it, now you've taken that unconscious belief into your conscious. And so now you're like, oh, I know what that is. So you have control over it. But when something's in our unconscious, we have no control. We don't know it's there. So how can we do anything about it? We don't know about it.
Right.
So it's kind of like addressing old beliefs and old opinions that we have that we don't even know we have from our childhood. As soon as you do that, which literally takes minutes, you have a new awareness. And you sort of neutralize that trigger for yourself. And like avoiding people that are controlling. And I'm never going to be controlling. Right? And because what you want to do is be able to have access to all parts of you so you can be a free spirit. Right? And love all parts of you instead of hating parts of you. And hating and othering everybody else in the world that's like that. You just you know what I mean? So that's the idea. And then you can sort of be you without apology. And effortlessly go in and out of different aspects of you because we need them all. Right. So anyway, so that's the point. And as an actor, obviously, you want to be able to play different traits and different emotions. You have to have them, right? Without judgment.
Right.
Otherwise, you have judgment on them. So I do a little process with people have judgment on a character. And then I do that thing that I just said to you. Like, okay, what else do you know? Okay, so what do you know now? What else do you know? What else do you know? And it always ends up something new. Like, oh, well, they're good people, and they they need love too, and like change their perspective on that trait, like that. It's amazing. So isn't it?
That is so interesting.
So anyway, that's what I learned in London, and so that's what I did for myself, and
Right.
and now I teach that, and so it's been an evolution.
That's so interesting. Is there anything you want to plug or anything?
Oh well, do I want to plug anything? I'm doing the Belly Room on Sunday night at a Barnhart show at 8:00. I'm doing the Original Room tomorrow night at 1 a.m. Please come, but this was probably not going to air until God knows when. Yeah, come just watch for the Comedy Store and all that random shit that I can't remember right now.
There you go, because I did something right.
You did something right.
I did something
Yay!
right. Yay!
How was that for you?
It was amazing. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to pause this. All right, that was the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, comment, send emails, joyshappyendings@gmail.com. Like us, get us on Instagram. We're MassageCast or Happy Endings. Twitter, anything like that. Any of the support, I really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, have a happy ending.